Welcome everyone to our Top Cut phase of Autumn Challenge 3 here at Second Circuit Place in Pico Rivera, California. I am Jesus Coronel once again. This is Nicholas DeFrancus staying into the stream, and we have our first Top Cut match. It's actually a rematch from round number 3 off stream. It is Michael Wagner and David Ochoa. Introduce yourself, I guess.
Alright, so I'm Nicholas. Y'all know me. I'm a fairy trainer. Here to do the commentary for Top Cut. So on this side, on Michael's side, we have Amoonguss, Flamigo, Golden Go, Incineroar, Porygon 2, and a Hisuian Ursaluna.
And for David, it's once again going to be an Incineroar, Dragonite, Kingambit, Gliscor, Alola Ninetales, and the Sneasler. We've seen both these teams on the stream, and both of them were 2-0 wins. Okay, we're not going to make a discussion because the notable thing to note is that Michael's team is very aggressive, but it's also pretty standard. But David's team, intriguing because, well, we did see the Ninetales with the Gliscor with Terra Ice right next to it with the Snow Boost.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
And there's the Gliscor immediately on the lead with the Incineroar. We have Flamigo Golden Go for Michael. So Scrappy's going to negate the Intimidate, but I believe this Flamigo should actually be really scared about this Gliscor.
Yeah, it's dual wing bait. Dual wing bait. Dual wing bee bait. And Wild Guard isn't really going to do anything here. So there is the Terra Ghost option to at least negate the damage to neutral. Is it worth the Terra?
I have to think the answer is no because, well, the only thing you really got to be worried about is Incineroar's Fake Out, which, again, you could cover with the
Terra Ghost.
Or you could just protect it, just to make sure you don't waste your Terra immediately. Oh, speaking of Terra, I think we're going to see one coming out here from... Wait, I think that's Michael's trainer, so... we'll see, confirming, yeah, it is Michael's Golden Go going to the Terra Dragon.
I forgot, I was trying to think what was on the other side of the field. Okay, so
it's Incineroar Gliscor.
Do we think Incineroar called this Terra for a fake out?
I mean, it's a possibility here. It would be better than clicking a Fake Out into the Golden Go here, but Flamigo, excuse me. But instead, no Fake Out comes out. Golden Go gets off a nasty plot. Gliscor does go for the dual Wing Beat into the protected the Flamigo, which would have broken its sash and probably knocked it out. Incineroar knocks off the Life Orb from the Golden Go. And there's the Toxic Orb activating on the Gliscor.
Which this will cause it to heal HP every turn. And then, so we're at a +2 Goldingo, still buff half health, so we don't have a really strong move from David's side to really, like, hone in some damage on this Goldingo, so we have to see if he's make a switch out for Protect from Gliscor.
Yeah, there is a Protect from the Gliscor. See what goes on here. Flamigo does launch a close combat into the Incineroar. It is a one-hit knockup because, first of all, a critical hit. I don't think that mattered as a matter of fact because, well, it was most of these Flamigos are typically trained to be as offensive as possible to knock out Incineroars with close combat without a Terra. Golden Go launches a Make It Rain. Fortunately for Michael, it didn't do anything, so no special attack drop, but that is lost momentum for David.
Okay, so now we get a switch in.
Ooh,
We're coming
Ninetales.
in with Ninetales, a low one. And we have a light clay set with Aurora Veil. And probably the most interesting thing is we do have Encore. I don't really know how that's going to help you this turn. But you go into this Terra Ice mode, but then you're just going to get wrecked by fighting and steel moves. So I don't think the defense buff would help.
Not at all, because, well, it's special damage that's Golden threatening right now.
Yeah. Oh, but that's right. It is. So we can go for Aurora Veil.
I think Aurora Veil does make the most sense for David to go for, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Blizzard comes out, because, well, both of these Pokemon are weak to Ice types.
Yeah, but you do have Wide Guard on this Flamigo, so that is a scary click.
I mean, that's taken a while for Michael to really decide on a move here, and Golden is just going to protect to make sure that you don't get hit by Blizzard this turn. You do have a Focus Sash to at least survive this turn. Oh, he tried to read the Wide Guard there with a Freeze Dry.
Bad read.
I wouldn't necessarily call that exactly bad here. Here comes Cold Combat into the Ninetales. That's a good defense boost on that Ice-type Ninetales with the Snow. As another special defense drop, and defense drop from the Flamigo. Dual Wing Beat does land on the Flamigo. It will go down, even though it hangs on. Oh, it didn't even rock the Focus Sash. It just lives on one.
Oh, that it didn't trigger the sash?
No.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't even know that could happen.
Yeah, no, it makes it hang on 1 HP, but the Flamingo just took it at 1 HP. And now it's...
So Michael's backside usually is this more like Trick Room mode.
Yeah, here comes Porygon 2. And I want to point out something interesting here. Oh, okay, first of all, special attack boost from the Porygon. That's actually a really big special attack boost from the Porygon 2. But this Ninetendo has free range to just launch blizzards.
Yeah, you do. And then do you have to tear on the other side because you're scared of this quad weak Ice Beam, but you're also going to die to make it rain. This is a very...
Ninetales should be faster than Golden Go. So
you think it'll be... yeah, I guess it would outspeed and kill it first. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I believe Blizzard knocks out Golden Go for that range. Again, the big thing is that... Wait a minute.
He's going for it.
Well, I think that is going to be that Terra Ice on the Gliscor because you want to worry about a quad weakness? How is it making a resistance instead?
That's a really interesting Terra choice. It's like probably one of the only times you could go into being an Ice type and it makes sense. It's like, let me resist Ice.
Blizzard knocks out Golden Go!
Yeah.
And so Michael, I think Michael is in a pretty weird spot because, well, Ice Beam does knock out Gliscor, but not anymore because of the Ice typing. But, oh, there you go, there's a taunt. You cannot go for Trick Room or Recover anymore, but again, if this is Ice Beam, doesn't matter. If it's Terra Blast, that's great. It's Terra Blast into the Ninetales with the special attack boost, knocks it out.
It's enough, wow. That special attack boost does a lot of work for Porygon 2.
And the last one for Michael's, oh yeah, there is an Ursaluna there.
Yeah, and
King Gambit's the last one though for David, so it's a toss of the coin, I believe, for what the Ursaluna does here, because, well, Headlong Rush should KO King Gambit no matter what. Gliscor...
Okay, so there's no low kick or anything. Okay.
And yeah, this is like a big issue here. Yeah, here comes High Horsepower into the Porygon 2. Yeah, not doing enough damage here. Assurance double power, not enough to knock out the Porygon 2. There's Terra Blast launching into the Gliscor. Oh yeah, that's taking over half. And here comes a Headlong Rush into this King Gambit. Does it survive? No.
It's like that's done. Okay, so that's the fourth Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
On that side. So yeah, so it's Gliscor versus the World. Terra Ice. A little healing from the Poison Heal.
I still don't think the Poison Heal's enough to at least save the Gliscor because, well, you're safe enough against the Porygon 2 because I think another High Horsepower knocks it out, but I think even with the defense boost it has from the Terra Ice and the Snow, then...
Yeah, you're just...
You should still think the Facade.
Yeah, you can't handle against both, but... So this Facade should...
But will it, though? We think Crazy Things have it? Yeah, of course.
Gliscor's stats, that defense buff doesn't help.
No, not enough at least. Alright, game number 1 goes to Michael.
Wow. So we'll have to see what can David's side do switch up strategies. Do we try it again? Switch into some other mode?
Like, here's the thing. I liked what Michael did with the Flamigo, because obviously the Incineroar was going to be a problem for the Ursaluna towards the end of the game, but at the same time, that Incineroar really didn't get to do much other than knock off a Life Orb.
Nope, that's all it did, and it got one shot.
Michael. Yeah, once again, Michael took game number 1, and I love David bringing in the Ninetales, because when you lead something like that in Incineroar and the Gliscor together, it really did force the Terra on the Golden Go, which actually made Ninetales' just job a lot easier.
Yes, that it did. The Dragon Terra against this Ice... It's not the best. You would rather have the Steel one. Michael's side, I think, is pretty safe to just run it back. Like, what's wrong with Flamigo and Golden Go against this?
I mean, the only thing that would be wrong is if this King Gambit comes in and goes to the Terra Flying, because that's been a popular Terra lately from King Gambit, and it does launch a great defensive measure against close combat, and potentially gives it a free way to go for Kowtow Cleave onto the Golden Go. We've seen some King Gambits run Terra Blast from time to time, usually the Assault Vest sets.
Yeah, this one is Assault Vest with Terra Blast. So that. It's like they're really thinking about what they're gonna bring. So we could see a switch up, or we might just end up falling back to the same things. I think for the David side, the best thing you could do is assume that it's going to be the same lead and try to switch it up from there. I don't think Incineroar as a lead is as good in that other lead he had because you just don't get to use Fake Out against the either Protect or like Ghost types.
I mean, but that was something that David was aware of, and that's why he didn't click Fake Out.
Right, he didn't, but I'm like so.
Yeah, we are a little bit excited here. This is and we also got word up to the other top 4 between Abigail and Lucy's already done. So this is so we do not know the results of that one, but we will know the results of this one here. It's Glysaur Ninetales, the lead of choice for David. It's Incineroar Porygon 2 for the side of Michael, and unfortunately, because you're Toxic Heal, you don't have the Hyper Cutter ability, which would have protected you against this Intimidate.
Right. So,
and the download is once again a special attack boost.
You get what you need. So, best case scenario here is probably just like a Fake Out Trick Room lead. You would need to Fake Out this Gliscor if the taunt is threatening this Porygon 2 being able to Trick Room. That would give Ninetales this free turn to really, what's it gonna... It's only Ice moves, there's no Fairy moves.
Alright, and there's Gliscor protecting in case of the Fake Out.
Yep, but did you just Trick Room? Do you just...
Okay, there's a good one. There's a Aurora coming up from David, so it will be setting up a great defensive measure for 8 turns because it is holding out likely here. And because of those defensive measures and the Snow Boost, you do survive a Flare Blitz from this Incineroar. Ice Beam, unfortunately, hits a Protect.
Use Trick Room.
But it's like, can you blame Michael for going for that play?
No, yeah, you kind of want to force like that Terra specifically. That puts you in a really good position, and that was a really nice call on Michael's part to not go for the obvious Fake Out there.
But that did a lot of Ninetales to set up an Auroraville.
Yeah, so it is Auroraville, but Auroraville in doubles is not as good as the screens. So there's a
that is a hot take if I ever heard any.
It's not. It does 25% on each.
Alright, here comes the Terra Ice now from this Gliscor, now wanting to resist the
Ice Beam.
Yeah, the Ice Beam. And now it probably is better off taking Flare Blitzes than it has before, and it does increase defenses. And there you go, here's an Encore. Now you have to use Ice Beam, whether you like it or not.
That was a really good way to stop Triggering. That's perfect.
Okay, high horsepower. Yeah, that Intimidate for sure mattered against that Incineroar as they're able to hang on. Does protect the Terra, and doesn't even take half.
That actually is really impressive. Okay, that's with Ice Boost and Auroraville.
Yeah, and there's the Ice Beam taking Gliscor under half HP. Thankfully, because it's an Ice type, it can never get frozen anymore. But even if it could have gotten frozen, it's already poisoned.
Yeah, so it's in good place.
And I think this Ninetales now, I think you're fine launching Blizzards, if you were to ask me.
Yeah, I think a Blizzard's enough to chip down Incineroar if it stays in.
Well, I don't think it would. Oh, yeah, no, didn't think so. Yeah, you let down 3 HP. Porygon 2 gets frozen, though!
Oh, wow.
Gliscor, I think it has a free turn to go. Yeah, so I say free turn to go out there Incineroar here. Let me just knock it out. And get another heal, and then potentially find a way to switch out, get back in the Intimidate. Okay, yeah, Porygon 2 remains frozen solid.
Okay, maybe the freeze isn't that bad because you're already encored anyway, so we can stall out these encore turns by acting like we're not doing anything and then come back and use Trick Room, but that's very risky and like would be hard to do. You would need Blux to be on your side.
Yeah, as it is 20% chance for any Pokemon Unthought, unless of course they get hit by a fire type move or use a move that burns themselves, like Flare Blitz and Scald, which unfortunately Porygon 2 cannot learn either move.
Nope.
Yeah, it's stuck frozen unless a fire type move hits it. And now we have an Ursaluna here for Michael, which I think still threatens the Gliscor with a knockout even with the Auroraville active and the Snow Boost on both. I mean, it should knock out Ninetales no matter what. It's just like, I think this is a turn that Gliscor's got to get out of here. But no switch outs, and the Terra coming out for Michael.
Yeah, so this Terra is definitely to dodge Ice Weakness, and I guess for like Fake Out with the Terra Ghost, but this is a very good defensive Terra for this turn.
Yeah, that is that Ghost-type Terra to at least mitigate the damage from Blizzard. Does it get frozen? No freeze, and oh, High Horsepower missed.
Which is like crazy, that's 95% accuracy, we were wondering.
There is a turn being frozen from this Porygon 2. Earthquake being launched. Knocks out Ninetales.
Just Earthquake, you're a Porygon 2, it's useless now.
As long as it's frozen, it is, but Gliscor's going to heal off the Earthquake damage, I think.
Yeah, it is. This Poison Heal is actually working out very defensively, but it is bad that you don't that you're not hyper-cutted for these attack drops that you now aren't able... Wait, that was just the first knockout, right? Like, you could still switch out.
There is the King Gambit coming in from David, and that's actually a really good Pokemon against this Ursaluna.
Yeah, so, well, we've already... You can't Terra Flying out of the ground, so King Gambit is very threatened by a ground move right now.
But I think you just Sucker Punch the Ursaluna now that it's weak to Ghost.
Ooh, it's weak... Oh, yeah, it's weak to Dark, huh? Well, you could...
Yeah, you gotta protect here. Porygon 2 still frozen solid, even though it did end its Encore. And, yeah, there was a Sucker Punch heading that way.
Okay, so that's gonna do major damage.
Yeah, there's a taunt, so in case it unthaws, it cannot go for Trick Room or Recover. Just in case it did unthaw, and it remains frozen.
Okay. Well, it's definitely useless now.
Snow is gone, so now with the snow gone, and the Ninetales being fainted, Glycer's defense boosts are good as gone. It's just a Aurora Veil. But this Ursaluna is still in trouble from this King Gambit.
Yeah, so this Sucker Punch is very threatening. I don't know. You can always... Okay,
I mean, you could also Eternity Eagle for Cow Quick, but I'm pretty sure most of these Ursaluna are trained to be slow, so you can't just launch a Cow Quick before it goes or anything like that. Yeah, there you go. No Sucker Punch comes out, and High Horsepower tries to go into the Flamingo, but because the flying type, it won't work. And yeah, there was definitely a move there to double the Ursaluna with Assurance, which would have comboed with the High Horsepower, but unfortunately, once again, it's a ground type, meaning it's unaffected by flying types.
Yeah, and that was a really good switch out because you were dark type stood by fighting. So now, Flamigo is really good to close combat really either of these slots. I don't think Sucker Punch is enough.
Dual Wing Beat should be, so I think you gotta worry about the Gliscor. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah. You wanna get the King Gambit? Yeah, there you go. Get the King Gambit out of there, just make sure Ursaluna's a lot safer.
Yeah, now Ursaluna is completely safe. Take out this Gliscor.
I mean, unless, of course, that's an Incineroar in the back.
Oh, yeah, you still have an Incineroar to Intimidate, yeah.
I mean, if it's there. Dual Wing Beat is going to knock out the Flamingo, so Ursaluna will be switching in for a final Pokemon for Michael, so he's down to his last two. Porygon 2 will remain frozen. Flamingo did faint that turn. It does remain frozen.
Wow, this is a lot of turns of freeze.
And a lot of turns of the Gliscor just healing back up, and I think that's one more turn of Aurora Veil. Taunt's also gone from the Porygon 2.
Okay.
And the last Pokemon from David, if it's Incineroar, he's in a great spot because while you get the Intimidated and you're weak to knockoff, it's Sneasler.
Sneasler, oh no. Let me look at this move.
It cannot touch the Ursaluna without Dire Claw, and Dire Claw's not really going to do much when it's already burned.
Okay, well, we have this coaching option. I think that's what we go for. I think you coach this Gliscor now that you're not boosted anymore. You can still get some more offensive because it seems like it needs it back from those Intimidates.
They only took one Intimidate, but it's still threatening a lot of damage from this Ursaluna because Guts Facade is going to be doing a whole lot of damage even though you only have an Aurora Veil.
Yeah, that's a major damage we're talking about here. And this Sneasler is...
Okay, Gliscor Protect.
Gosh, okay.
There's a Gliscor Protect, and Coaching does go for Protect, so... Okay, never mind. We're just taking the Porygon 2 out of there. We're not going to risk getting... We're not going to risk the Unthaw.
Yeah, there's no reason to risk that here. The battle. So I think now we've got it down to a 2v1.
It is a 2v1.
Really good comeback.
Facade launched into the Gliscor, but unfortunately it's protected.
Ouch.
So I'm trying to think if there's a way that David could actually out this 2-on-1. Because, well, the Dire Claw's not going to do a whole lot of damage to Ursaluna, meaning the Sneasler probably has to go for coaching just to reset the attack boost and get a defense buff. But also the Aurora Veil is gone, so your chances of living a Facade from the Guts and the Facade boost are a lot lower.
Yeah, you could go for a spread on Earthquake, but it is Sash. And okay, yeah, after this coaching boost, I don't know if you're able to Oko it.
I don't think you should ever Oko here. High Horsepower does land on the Ursaluna. Another one should knock it out after the Burn Chip. Here's Facade, +1 defense. Does it knock out? No!
Surprisingly bulky Gliscor. It's like not one I would think is bulky. This is brilliant.
But there is a problem. We already pointed it out. High Horsepower is 95% accurate.
Okay, so you pray for this High Horsepower miss.
And the Sneasler protects.
Okay, so it all comes down to the...
Yeah, it comes down to... Oh, never mind. Double protect. We're just going to make sure High Horsepower KOs.
Yeah. Because well, you can fish out like this chip from Burn and then reset your poison heal, or you know what I mean, like stall that out. So you're always in favor on dead turns like this. So this is the... You also
have to go for another coaching just to make sure you live a +2 Facade.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, David is sitting really good right now. He's coaching and get off with High Horsepower.
That seems to be the move here, and no, it's going to be Dark Claw. Just not enough to knock out the Ursaluna. High Horsepower connects. We got a game 3.
Alright, and now we go to game 3. So that was a good switch up from David's side. Turn 1.
That Gliscor stayed in the field throughout the whole battle.
Yeah, it just stayed. The Poison Heal is definitely better than people are expecting. You can't just like leave it sitting on the field to recover.
Not only that, it had an Aurora Veil and a Snow Boost for a majority of the battle.
It's like Gliscor, the best ice type.
But you also have to point out, I also have to point this out, unfortunately, Porygon 2 was frozen for like 6 turns.
Those freeze turns, I mean, we can't do anything about that. Like, you just were frozen. And then on top of that, the taunt was just like cherry on top of that. It's like, even if you did unthaw, like, you were taunted for like most of the turns anyway. Okay, so
and now we got a game 3 here, and I think we know for sure that David's win condition is at Gliscor.
Yes, Gliscor, Terra Ice, it's totally fine. It's just totally fine against this team.
And I'm trying to think that maybe Michael needs to go back to an aggressive lead that Flamigo plus Golden Go, because with that aggressive lead, you really just gave the Ninetales a little bit of a hard trouble. You know, you have to choose whether you go for Aurora Veil or potentially you read as Terra Steel, because even if you don't, then you force a Terra from the Golden Go. Maybe you just get lost of Blizzard in that off-free chance. But just like the problem is just like you lead Flamigo Golden Go. How does David counter that? Because like the only thing I can see that's really a counter is a Terraflying King Gambit.
Yeah, the Terraflying is a nice type to have against this team for like the obvious ground and fighting weaknesses. Really, the King Gambit wasn't what put in work last time.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
So it's like it almost doesn't matter. So I guess you could go for that Flamigo Golden Go lead again and hope that they Terra Ice and just click Make It Rain turn 1, and then just follow up with the Laffy Taffy.
That is an interesting nickname here. Michael running out of time. 5 seconds left. He's got to lock into Pokemon, or he's going to lock in. Oh, wait, no, I think I know what's going on. No.
He ran out of time. So
I think we do get at least the lead. I think the last 2 are going to be determinative. So I
the
think
top 4 are Amoonguss. He would be. So if he leads Amoonguss Flamingo, that means like it auto pick.
I think he picked Flamigo Porygon 2 before the timer got him.
So it will have those 2 and then fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different than it's used to be. I have so much anxiety about running out of time. I don't let it happen anymore.
Yeah. Okay. David's gonna lead Gliscor Ninetales again from game number 2. Oh, never mind it. As he went to the timer, it's Amoonguss Flamigo.
Oh no. Okay. Here's what you can do. You have to Terra because you're gonna die to this Blizzard.
Or you Wide Guard.
Oh my god. Okay, we do have Wide Guard.
But this Gliscor's forced to go for Protect, otherwise it's going to sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
And you need to get the Toxic Orb up because not only does it block Spore, it gives you Toxic Heal.
Yeah, so that Protect is very, like, telegraph.
I mean, I think the Ninetales' best course of action is just to go for an Aurora Veil.
It is, but let's see, it's like you call this Water Terra and freeze dry. That would be crazy.
Here's Incineroar to switch in for Michael, and now this Gliscor going to once again be at -1 attack for that Intimidate. Ninetales not going to care too much about it. And here comes a Terra from Michael. It is that Water Terra to Amoonguss.
Wow. So now you're not weak to Blizzard, but you are still weak to Freeze Dry, which this Ninetales does have. And
gotta see what happens here. I believe this is Aurora Veil. No, it is Blizzard just coming out. It has a 10% chance of freezing either Pokemon. It freezes the Amoonguss!
Wow.
Hold on a minute. Does it unthaw this turn? Does it? Okay, taunt into
Doesn't matter if it unthaws. Like it's taunted.
It matters if you go for the Pollen Puff.
Wow.
Does it unthaw? No.
Wow.
But it's not all lost though. So first of all, Toxic Orb goes up.
Yeah, that was a really good call to not protect and just go for the taunt turn 1, because you do outspeed and guarantee that Amoonguss can't score you.
There's something funny that Michael I think can do, because as I said, you can unthaw with a fire move. You just self-flare blitz your own Amoonguss to unthaw it.
You could even resist 6 your water type now. That might be the play. I could see that if you want to forego this like fake out turn.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You either want to go for the Ninetales with the Flare Blitz or fake out the Ninetales just to stop an Aurora Veil before Terra. Or do you find it valuable to unthaw your own Amoonguss? I think this turn's not the turn. Yeah. And here comes David's Terra.
So we're probably going to see this Ice Terra again.
It's the Ghost Terra.
Ghost? Oh, for fake out, okay. And so you're also not weak to fire anymore with this. This is pretty good Terra.
Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. Fake out does correctly target the Gliscor, so it will not move this turn, but a Roar Veil does get set up for David. So for 8 turns, the special defense will be buffed once again. Gliscor can't move. Does Amoonguss unthaw? No, it still can't. Again, the option for Flare Blitzing your own Amoonguss is still available.
It is. I thought Flare Blitz unfroze yourself.
It does unfreeze yourself, but I think, like the general thing about fire type moves is that if they land on a frozen target, it unthaws it.
Okay, so that does happen.
Because the fire melts the ice.
Yeah. Well, does Michael know that information?
I think he does. I just think he's valuing Incineroar a lot more because he's switching it out. Yeah, there you go. He doesn't want to encore it to Fake Out. That's probably a good read. Here's High Horsepower, also to Incineroar, but unfortunately now it's the Flying type.
Excellent switch out.
And it's still frozen!
So this was a turn, nothing happened. It ticked a turn off Aurora Bell.
And the taunt's gone.
Taunt's gone, which you can just reset for free right now if you want. I probably would, because you might be scared that like luck might finally come to the side on these freezes, but... Okay, so...
I really want to say the move for David is to just dual wing beat the Flamigo, because you're not really threatened by it, because, well, Scrappy does hit the Ninetales. You're not really threatened. Yeah, you're protected. I'm pretty sure dual wing beat is the move and freeze dry the Amoonguss just against the damage output. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, here you go. It probably won't kill it, but it's a lot.
Takes it under half. And we do confirm that it's not a Citrus Berry on the Amoonguss. It is holding a Rocky Helmet instead. Dual wing beat into the protected Flamigo, and Amoonguss still frozen.
Oh, man.
You're probably going to be repeating that line for a while.
I know, because I think even last week Mike was at the top and lost because he got frozen too. So it's like, I think what's wrong with your team, if you're going to change anything, it's like you need a freeze counter, which is so specific.
Okay, Golden Goat will resist dual wing beat right now.
Yeah, this is another good switch out, but I don't think...
Okay, it's a double switch.
Yeah.
So Incineroar is going to come back in another Intimidate onto the Gliscor. And we'll get Regenerator off on the Amoonguss on the switch out, so we'll get some HP back. It will resist Freeze Dry as well, which was launched. Does it freeze the Incineroar? It would be funny if it did. It did not. Dual Wing Beat will resist it, and yeah, takes it very comfortably.
So now Gold Dingo is sitting pretty good. High Horsepower is super effective, but you're at like -2 right now.
And the snow's gone.
The snow's gone. Do you still get the Roar Veil's still up?
Yeah, it's still up for 4 more turns.
Yeah, so... And you have Fake Out this turn. Both of these Pokemon do have Protect, so if you could... Oh, wait, no, our Terra goes. So you kind of... If you're faking out the Sky Score.
I don't think Fake Out's the move. You gotta knock off something.
Yeah, I think Fake Out's a little too obvious, but sometimes the obvious play is better in these mind game situations like this.
King Gambit's back!
See Ninetales switch out for King Gambit.
Isn't it a pretty safe spot to switch out there, and Gliscor will protect in front of the Fake Out, but I think this is a pretty free turn for the Golden Goat to launch a Nasty Plot.
Which I think is what's happening. I think you get this Nasty Plot off, which is not... Yes, this is very scary. So now we have a very threatening Goldingo.
And unfortunately, still weak to Sucker Punch because, well, the Terra was already used on Michael's Amoonguss.
On your useless Amoonguss, which sucks, but... What can you
I mean, it wouldn't be useless if it swapped out because, well, you could keep Golden Go safe against this King Gambit and probably get into a position where Flamigo could take it out because Flamigo's still very threatening to it.
Yeah, so you have Flare Blitz for super effective on Gambit. That might be a good choice. If you think that Make It Rain will finish off the Sky Score, maybe at +2, but you still have to account for, like, the spread difference. So we're going to see King Gambit back into Ninetales. We get that the snow back.
Then, yeah. I mean, it's not going to matter right now. There's no more ice types in play. Make It Rain does get launched at +2 special defense. Knocks up the Gliscor in a single hit, and Ninetales barely hangs on.
So that's really nice. This Gliscor's been carrying this battle. So we still have a King Gambit in the back and one other...
And there goes the Ninetales with the Flare Blitz.
Oh, great. So now we're at the last 2, so we'll see King Gambit come back in, and then we have one other Pokemon. Either an opposing Incineroar, Sneasler, or Dragonite. I don't know. I guess Sneasler is the best, but you're just kind of scared of Goldingo.
I mean, I think even a Goldingo is the serious thing here with this King Gambit. I think if it's Sneasler, which I think it is going to be, yeah, it is the Sneasler again. So I think the point of emphasis for the rest of the game is to get this King Gambit ready. I think you got to start launching. You either close combat the Incineroar here, or you start giving King Gambit some coaching.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you can coach the Gambit. That's actually probably the move here, but you are threatened by what you have close combat for sure in the back that you can't tear out of right now. So yeah, I think the +1 defense is probably your only chance.
Yeah, there goes Incineroar.
Incineroar's gone.
That's fine, because, well, you were done by Flare Blitz nonetheless, and Sneasler does have a focus dash, so it will hang on at least by 1 HP should it proc.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about its defense drops.
And there goes to make a rain a +1 special attack! Yeah, King Gambit takes it well with extra turn of Aurora Veil. Even with the critical hits!
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that's a good crit. That's good damage. So you're pretty free to make it rain again. Do you think
Cat's Out Cleave? I think it's gotta be Cat's Out. No assurance. Does it knock out?
Did you get hit?
Yes!
Yeah, okay.
No, it's 50 base power, but it was 100 if it's already gotten hit in the same turn.
Yeah, and it didn't get hit.
Oh, okay, I'm already noticing a problem, because Sneasler is faster than the Amoonguss. I mean, the Flamigo, excuse me, but Flamigo still has the Focus Sash.
Yeah, we still have a Sash and you don't, so you could...
I mean, it just comes down to how much longer Amoonguss stays frozen.
Yeah, I guess you could just, like, either protect and stop the freeze, or just go...
Oh, wait, no. There's another play I can see. Another play I can see happening. Because Sucker Punch the Flamigo plus Fire Claw, that should knock it out.
Yeah, you could double into it.
But that places it at a risk of Amoonguss unthawing and Rage Powdering.
Yeah, which I think that's the move. I think you just like go for this Flamigo and just like hope that you still get these freezes. Because when it attacks, it's gonna kill one of these opposing Pokemon, like guaranteed.
Yeah, there is a Protect as well on this on the Flamigo, and Amoonguss tried to go for the Rage Powder there, and unfortunately gets frozen, and yet there's a Sucker Punch into the Flamigo, and it did not work. Dire Claw, also into this Flamigo, exactly what I predicted.
Yeah, so I guess you can just run that turn back.
Aurora Veil's gone, but I don't think we're at a point where that matters anymore.
Yeah, I think you just run it back and hope that that combo is enough. It probably is. Flamigo is kind of frail. I actually used it when I played this game, current game, for the first time. It's really like a cool Pokemon, but it is frail.
I mean, that's why it has to focus out usually.
Yeah.
It's meant to be like an all-out attacker, and Moonga's still frozen as it tries to go for another Rage Powder.
That is just really sad, unfortunately.
Okay, no Sucker Punch comes out. Dire Claw.
Now we get a sleep.
No, down goes the King Gambit, and now Sneasler gotta finish the job.
So now you're sitting where you have to protect Flamigo, and you have to hope that this unfreeze. It's Spore. I think you go for Spore just to tick a turn and hope that you unfreeze, so you can use Rage Powder next turn in case you don't unfreeze. Oh man.
I'm surprised that the Sucker Punch did not come out from the King Gambit, but it's like at the same time, if you risk that, then...
I mean, it's resisted. How much HP I need to see its HP again? Maybe it didn't KO.
Oh, it's faster than the... not enough! Never mind, that's it. Rocky helps him knock out the Sneasler. Michael Wagner to the finals!
Oh, the Rocky... Oh, I wonder if it's like, did you reach?
Yeah, that was unfortunately a pin there. There you go. Michael Wagner advances to the grand finals. 2-1 over David Ochoa and gets his revenge.
Yes, get revenge. You still win even with all those freeze procs. We know how people love to hate on freeze.
That was incredible. And I think we have our other finalists on already, and I think it's going to be a very familiar opponent. And we are going to have Abigail Watson versus Michael Wagner coming up right after a short break.